and today I'll be giving you an overview of the LA recoupment process for 2023 to 2024. So what is recoupment? Recoupment is the method of adjusting the Dedicated Schools Grant, or DSG, to reflect that the department pays funding to the academies directly. The department initially allocates all DSG to local authorities so they can set a local formula that covers academies and maintains schools. We then deduct or recoup the amount calculated for academies from the local authority's DSG so that the department can pay it directly. We use the data provided by local authorities on their authority pro forma tools, or APTs, to calculate recoupment, and recoupment is based on a financial year. For converting academies that opened after the 11th of January 2023, we ask authorities to show these schools as maintained schools on the APT. Where local authorities have provided growth fund payments to academies in the 2022 to 2023 academic year, they are required to continue these payments until the end of August 2023. To provide the authority with the funding to make these payments, we will provide a recoupment adjustment for the amount entered into the recoupment tab of the APT. Growth funding enables local authorities to support schools with significant in-year pupil growth, which is not otherwise immediately recognised by the lagged funding system. Local authorities may also retain a small fund to support schools with falling rolls. Where a school converts to academy status on or before the 1st of April 2023, no dedelegation can take place. Where a school converts on or after the 2nd of April 2023, up to and including the 1st of September, the authority can retain any dedelegated funding for that academic year. Where a school converts to academy status on or after the 2nd of September 2023, up to and including the 31st of March 2024, the authority can retain any dedelegated funding for the remainder of the 2023 to 2024 financial year. This will help service providers plan their future operations. Dedelegation applies only to maintained schools. Where services are able to be dedelegated, services have to be approved by the Schools Forum, and if approved, the funding will be removed from the maintained school budgets before the final budgets are set. Some examples of dedelegated services are contingencies, including schools in financial difficulties, behaviour support services, free school meal eligibility, insurance, museum and library services, licenses or subscriptions, and staff cost supply cover, for example, long-term sickness, maternity, trade union, and public duties. Changes to the NFF National Non-Domestic Rates. In previous years, National Non-Domestic Rates, NNDR, were included in the recoupment calculations. From the 2022-23 financial year, NNDR figures have been removed from the recoupment calculations. Regardless of whether the LA has opted in or out of the new NNDR process for academies, ESFA will deduct the NNDR values in the school level NFF allocations from each LA's DSG payment. Further information on this is available in the DSG technical note on the gov.uk website. Recoupment calculation updates. We write to each local authority several times during the year to provide their recoupment calculations. These dates are April, July, September, November, January, and March. In-year adjustments to recoupment. When an adjustment is required to the funding recouped for an academy, this must be done via the Anomalies process. The APT is a source data for the recoupment calculations. However, there are occasions when the calculation needs to be amended. An anomaly adjustment is made for scenarios such as when an LA needs to make an amendment to their APT data, an LA has made growth fund payments to an academy that they need to be reimbursed for, an academy is closed and funding needs to be returned to the LA for the remainder of the financial year, unless the adjustment has already been made in the APT submission. LA's front loading of PFI payments causing academy payment shortfalls for the period from April to August of that academic year. This list can go on depending on different circumstances, and each case is assessed on merit with a clear audit trail. Common issues that we see each year is recoupment. Growth funding. This might be omitted from the original APT submission, or in-year growth funding payments made by the LA now need to be claimed back from the ESFA. We sometimes get recoupment calculation queries. One thing to note is that recoupment is always calculated in days rather than the number of months. And also academy closures. We receive queries asking why we have entered a negative anomaly. Although the school may not have officially closed yet, because we have not received the deed of termination, we know that in effect it has. We stopped paying the academy on the 31st of August, and therefore it doesn't seem justifiable to suspend payment but continue recoupment. So we adjust recoupment for the remaining 7 months of the financial year. But again, we always calculate this in days. So that brings to an end this short presentation on LA recoupment. Thank you all for joining. More detailed information, guidance and calculations can be found on the gov.uk website.